It's actually been amazing, and everybody's been. The first session was freedom of expression, and they're taking that quite literally. Nobody has held back, and there's a strong group of disabled people who refuse to be called vulnerable, and they explained why. And we haven't had the youth, of course, because they've got their own forum. But across, we've had all of the regions are here, and the dialogue has been rigorous and vigorous. It's been a fabulous. Yesterday was just a fabulous day. The last session was on health equity. And one of the comments was that there's $100 billion in the United Nations, and if the Commonwealth got their act together and accessed that money, I think a lot of what's being said, everybody knows what the problems are, everybody knows what the solution is. It's finding the money, and they can find money to subsidise sugar, and they can find money to subsidise oil, and they can find money to under the table to the big tobacco companies. If they harnessed all that money, it's the political will, and with a little bit of luck, CHOGM will eventually get a combined political will. The money's there, it just needs to be redirected. To me, the concept of the Commonwealth being a family of nations is very important. But that's a hard concept to verbalise. The Royal Commonwealth Society doesn't have a snippy little second line, and so what it means to me is a way of using soft diplomacy, not the gunships, not colonisation, as a family to sit around. No matter the size of the nation, in theory everybody gets one vote. And it's by negotiation. It is very rarely, I'm told, actually put to a vote, because all of the negotiation goes on, and so it's that using the family concept to try and get to world peace. The Royal Commonwealth Society is a group of about 70 independent branches. We're not actually branches anymore, because 150 years ago, when it was formed, there was head office in London and there were branches all around the Commonwealth. Now it's a network of independent associations, and we no longer talk about ourselves as a branch. We are the Royal Commonwealth Society South Australia, and we talk to London. There are some projects like the Queen's Essay competition that everybody gets involved in, but there are other projects that we do independently. In Australia is that the Commonwealth is not known. Nobody knows about it, and the only thing they do know about it is the Commonwealth Games. And now that hasn't happened for the last period, they're sort of saying, and also there's a misconception that the Commonwealth is about the monarchy. And so Republicans sort of say, well, we don't want the Commonwealth. People forget that, first of all, the Commonwealth is growing. There have been 4 new countries join it within the last couple of years, none of which have had a history in the British Empire. So if they can see the benefit of joining, then there's got to be some reason why they want to join. And it's particularly as the help, if you like, the big brother, no, that's not the right phrase, of the smaller nations that are overlooked in the big picture. And it's the champion, if you like, of the small nations. And I think one of the problems is that it doesn't have good public relations. It is not promoting itself properly. It's got the potential to do amazing things, but again, there is not the political will. There are some countries, Tanzania says very proudly, we're number 10. We were the 10th country to join. On Commonwealth Day, they have a public holiday and the President goes out and says how wonderful it is to be part of the Commonwealth. When Rwanda joined, suddenly everybody started, the first thing they did when they joined the Commonwealth was build a cricket pitch. They're joining because they want to join, because they see that we've got something to offer. It's the countries like Australia that they were just part of it, and it was just they signed up and it's all just old hat and so on. There's the disconnect. There's the countries coming in because they need it and they want it and they see the benefits, and we're not publicising ourselves well enough in the established countries.